Welcome to Beyond the Dark, where we plunge headfirst into the realms of the unexplained, the mysterious, and the extraordinary. I'm your host, Jay Rockwell, and together we'll navigate the shadowy corridors of ufology, explore the world of cryptids, and venture into the cosmic unknown. From extraterrestrial encounters to the secrets of the paranormal, we leave no stone unturned. Join me as we embark on a journey that transcends the boundaries of reality.
I'm back. Hello, everyone. Jay Rockwell is back in the house. How we doing tonight? It's been wow. I can't believe it's already been about 4 months since the last Beyond the Dark episode where we talked about exoplanets and the search for extraterrestrial life. I missed all of you. It's been quite the ride since my son has been born. And wow, does the time fly by, and this is just proof in it. I had this show ready to go in January, and I am just now forcing my ass in the chair to come and bring this show to you guys. We came back to live streaming last night with an episode from 2004, and we peaked at 175 people and had almost 2,000 views by the time the show was over. And it was overwhelming. You guys just continue to. It ceases to amaze me. The community that we have built in a year, and not even this summer will be a year. It's just incredible. I don't want to rant too much about it, but I just know that I appreciate all of you that actually come by and listen and actually participate in the chat. And mad love to my mods who were there like clockwork, just right back in the mix, not batting their eyes or anything, just ready to go. Kim and Tika, thank you. So yeah, I did a thing. I had a son. Lincoln Marshall was born on November 30th at like 9:48 p.m. And that is my little dude. That is my best friend, my little bundle of joy. And he's already a little over 3 months. He'll be 4 months old at the end of this month. It's insane. A couple of milestones he's hit already is that he has rolled onto his belly once, and he's rolled from his belly to his back once. And he now loves to lay on his side and suck his thumb. It's a good time. I love that little guy. But between work and this new dad life, I've just been so consumed, really, to where, I mean, yeah, I'd be lying if I said I didn't ever have free time to record, but it was hard to get my butt back in the seat, let's put it that way. But I'm back in the saddle again. We're here. I'm ripping the Band-Aid off. We're going to get back to our weekly shows. We're going to talk about the Skinwalker Ranch today, or tonight. Yes. Skinwalker Ranch is the topic for tonight. And also I'm hitting you with a new format, guys. Doing about 10 episodes, I've realized, I wanted to go for an hour, and some people were like, go as long as you can. And I mean, we're never going to do the Art Bell 5-hour thing. And because it would just kill people probably. I'm not that good. But we're going to do a new format. I don't have time for like the recording, the editing, the putting sounds in, the the normalizing the audio, the doing all the fancy stuff. I just don't have time for it. So we got to try it this way. If it kills you, just please let me know in the comments and I will think of something. But until further notice, we are now cutting all news bits down to just 3. I used to do 10 news bits. We're going to do 3 news bits. Okay, we're going to give you just enough. And then we're going to move right into the main topic, okay? And we're not going to have little story time after the topic. We're just going to hit you with the main topic and then we're going to go. We're going to have like one music break and then one at the end. And there's going to be no editing. You're going to get a raw, unfiltered experience. If I stutter, if I stumble, if I repeat myself, if I take a big breath, you're just going to have to deal with it. Or turn it off or fast forward. I don't know. But we're going to have to try this. Because this is the only way that I'm going to be able to get back on the saddle and actually stick to this. Because I just don't have the hours to put into the editing. If anyone cares to become my editor, please email me at beyondthedarkradio@outlook.com and I will gladly send you the raw recordings for you to mess with. But yeah, BTD is available on Deezer, TuneIn, Radio Public, Pandora, Listen Notes, and we are on Spotify. So be sure to hit us up. Remember, there's the Discord and Facebook. The Facebook's been pretty dark for the past few months. I'm probably going to look at resurrecting that somehow, some way. The Discord is what it is. Come on by and hang out if you want. Remember, guys, I am taking all stories, experiences, encounters, and questions to beyondthedarkradio@outlook.com. All right, guys, we're going to get right into the news, and here it is.
You are listening to Beyond the Dark with Jay Rockwell. And here's what's in the news.
Hey there, listeners. You're tuned into your favorite spot on the dial, and tonight I've got a fascinating story from the world of paleontology. Get ready for a real plot twist in dinosaur history. So, picture this. There's a creature called Nanotyrannus, okay? This dino is like a smaller cousin of the mighty T-Rex. But here's the kicker. It's not just a young T-Rex like we thought for years. It's a completely separate species. Let's dive into the details. A bunch of fossils that were once labeled as junior T-Rexes turned out to be full-grown Nanotyrannus. These dinos had narrower jaws, longer legs, and bigger arms than the T-Rex. Go figure. A bit of a switch up from the usual tiny arm jokes we hear about the T-Rex, eh? Our story takes us back to 1942, when the first Nanotyrannus skull was found in Montana. Since then, scientists have been in a bit of debate. Is it a separate species or just a young T-Rex? Enter Nick Longrich, a doctor, and Dr. Evan Saeta. These fossil detectives from the University of Bath and the University of Chicago took a fresh look at the bones. They examined growth rings and the anatomy of the Nanotyrannus, even finding a fossil of a young T-Rex that was previously unrecognized. Their findings? Nanotyrannus topped out at about 900 to 1500 kilograms and reached a length of around 5 meters. That's just 15% the size of a giant T-Rex. Published in the journal Fossil Studies, this research really shakes things up. Dr. Longrich said he was pretty blown away by the results. He expected these dinos to be growing rapidly, but the data showed otherwise. They also couldn't find any fossils that showed features of both Nanotyrannus and T-Rex. This is crucial, because if Nanotyrannus was just a young T-Rex, we'd expect to see some overlap. But here's a mystery for you. If Nanotyrannus isn't a juvenile T-Rex, then where the hell are all the young T-Rexes? Well, turns out one was hiding in plain sight in a museum in San Francisco, mislabeled and forgotten in a drawer. Oh boy. This discovery leads us to think that maybe, just maybe, we've been underestimating dinosaur diversity all this time. Dr. Longrich put it this way. It's amazing to think how much we still don't know about the most famous of all dinosaurs. It makes you wonder what else we've gotten wrong. So, dear listeners, there you have it. A paleontology plot twist that turns our understanding of these ancient giants on its head. Who knew dinosaurs could still surprise us after all these years? Stay tuned for more intriguing stories right here on your favorite radio show. Coming up next, I've got a fascinating piece for all the new parents out there, including myself. Maybe that's why I picked this. Have you ever wondered about the power of nursery rhymes for your little bundle of joy? Well, a recent study might just have the answers you're looking for. Scientists from the prestigious University of Cambridge in the UK and the University of Dublin in Ireland have made some intriguing discoveries about language development in infants. It turns out, those classic nursery rhymes you've been singing to your newborn are more than just a way to soothe them. They're actually a powerful tool in helping their little brains grasp the complexities of language. Here's the scoop. The brains of babies a few months old are like sponges, soaking up more than the rhythms and melodies in nursery rhymes than from regular baby talk. The research points out that before your baby starts to distinguish the tiny sounds and words, they've already turning into the rhythm of speech, tuning rather. This rhythmic understanding lays the foundation for language, even before they hit the 7-month mark when they begin to process different sounds like pa and ba. Now, how did researchers figure this out? They used brain imaging to study how babies react to rhythmic information, like changes in tone and syllable stress versus phonetic information. They observed a group of 50 little participants at 4, 7, and 11 months old, watching a video of a teacher singing nursery rhymes. An innovative algorithm was then used to decode the baby brain waves to see how they processed these sounds. The findings are quite remarkable. Babies showed more consistent brain responses to the rhythm patterns in nursery rhymes well before they were 7 months old. And it looks like language learning begins with getting the rhythm right. According to neuroscientist Usha Goswami from the University of Cambridge, rhythm helps babies guess where one word ends and another begins in natural speech. This challenges the long-held belief that we learn language mainly through phonetics. Instead, the study suggests that rhythm plays a key role, particularly a certain rhythm pattern found in languages worldwide. So, parents, keep those nursery rhymes coming. Singing to your babies doesn't just bring smiles, it's setting them up for a lifetime of language skills. This groundbreaking research has been published in the prestigious journal Nature Communications. Stay tuned for more insights and tips on parenting right here on Beyond the Dark. Lastly, we're diving into something truly out of this world. You know how we love to gaze up at the stars, right? And you know I couldn't leave you without giving you a space piece. Well, NASA's Hubble Space Telescope has been doing just that, but on a whole new level. It's been keeping an eye on a planet, not too unlike Jupiter, a whopping 880 light years away. The planet's name? WASP 121b. Now here's where it gets cool. Over 3 years, Hubble's been snapping pictures and gathering data. And guess what? It turns out this distant world is a hive of activity with massive cyclones and changing weather patterns. But before you pack your bags for interstellar travel, a heads up. WASP 121b isn't exactly a vacation spot. It's scorching hot and, well, not really fit for our kind of life. But you know what? This discovery is super exciting for scientists. It's like unlocking secrets of how weather works on other planets. Think of it this way. We've been checking out our neighbors like Mars and Jupiter, and their weather is as moody as ours. Turns out, this holds true even for planets light years away. But catching these changes? That's the tricky part. It takes a ton of observations and some serious computer brain power. The team behind this, a group of international astronomers, pieced together Hubble's observations from 2016 to 2019. They used some high-tech modeling to figure out that these changes on WASP 121b were actually due to its wild weather. We're talking about gigantic storms, massive cyclones, and even shifts in the planet's chemical makeup. It's pretty wild, right? Here's a fun fact. WASP 121b is so close to its star that a year there lasts just over a day. Because it's tidally locked, one side is always facing the star, just like our moon to us. Imagine one side always in daylight, scorching hot at around 3,450 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot. This research isn't just cool space talk. It's a big leap in understanding planets far beyond our solar system, especially those that might just have the right conditions for life. Who knows what we'll discover next? So there you have it, folks. A glimpse into the weather of a distant world brought to you by the ever-amazing Hubble. Makes you appreciate our own slightly less dramatic Earth weather, doesn't it? And that concludes our news bits for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And also, I'd like to point out that this new raw, unedited, uncut format, you'll notice that at the very beginning of this show, I probably sounded like I was in a closet. That's because I wasn't assigned to the right mic. What an idiot! So, if that's why you're wondering that it sounds different now, it's because I fixed it. Guys, we're going to take a quick music break, and when we come back, we are going to get down to the nitty-gritty of the mysteries of Skinwalker Ranch. Quick shout-outs to mixkit.co, where I get all my royalty-free music from. If you are in need of some music or a little sound effect here or there to use, please hit up mixkit.co. They got it. If you have music that you want to submit to Beyond the Dark for use, please hit me up at beyondthedarkradio@outlook.com. That is beyondthedarkradio@outlook.com. Catch you guys in a minute.
Welcome back to Beyond the Dark with Jay Rockwell.
Welcome back, fellow explorers of the unknown. That was a little weird. Alright, as we embark on tonight's eerie excursion into the heart of Skinwalker Ranch, let's delve a little deeper into the origins and lore that shroud this enigmatic location and mystery. Nestled in the Uinta Basin of Utah, Skinwalker Ranch spans roughly 512 acres of land that seems to pulsate with an energy as mysterious as it is unnerving. But what makes this place so intriguing? It's not just the modern-day reports of bizarre happenings. It's a history that intertwines with the native Ute tribe and the Navajo folklore, adding layers of depth to the tales that emerge from this land. The name Skinwalker itself is steeped in a dark, mystical lore. In Navajo culture, a skinwalker, or Yi Nael Delushi, translates to he who walks on all fours. These are believed to be malevolent witches or sorcerers who have the supernatural ability to transform into, possess, or disguise themselves as animals. The very mention of skinwalkers in Navajo tradition is taboo, invoking images of powerful and dangerous beings. Now, imagine a place where the veil between our world and the unknown seems incredibly thin. That's Skinwalker Ranch for you. Its modern story begins in the 50s, but it was the experiences of the Sherman family in the 90s that catapulted the ranch into the public eye. The Shermans, who purchased the ranch in 1994, were cattle breeders, unaware of the strangeness that awaited them. Their accounts read like pages from a science fiction novel. Unexplained cattle mutilations, strange lights in the sky, and bizarre, unidentifiable creatures all set the stage for a series of events that defy logical explanation. But it's not just these occurrences that make Skinwalker Ranch a focal point for paranormal enthusiasts. It's the land's deep-rooted connection to Native American folklore. The Ute tribe, indigenous to this region, have long held that the land where the ranch sits is cursed, fraught with malevolent spirits. They believe that the ranch is directly in the path of the skinwalkers, and as such, it's a place to be avoided. This belief is so strong that it's woven into the very fabric of their oral histories and cultural narratives. But what really piques curiosity is how these ancient beliefs and modern-day reports intersect. It's as if the ranch acts as a bridge between the past and the present, between science and mythology. Over the years, Skinwalker Ranch has seen its share of UFO sightings, cryptid encounters, and unexplained phenomena, each adding a new thread to its already intricate tapestry of mystery. In the 21st century, the ranch has attracted scientists, government officials, and paranormal researchers, all drawn by the allure of its unexplained occurrences. From National Institute for Discovery Science, a private paranormal research organization, to the current owner, real estate tycoon Brandon Fugel, the ranch has been the subject of numerous investigations, each seeking to peel back the layers of this enigmatic location. So, as we venture further into the heart of Skinwalker Ranch's mysteries, keep in mind the rich history, folklore, and unexplained events that make this place uniquely intriguing. Is it a portal to another dimension? A hotspot for extraterrestrial activity? Or simply a focal point for the Earth's unknown energies? These are the questions that keep the legend of Skinwalker Ranch alive in the minds of believers and skeptics alike. As we continue our journey through the eerie landscape of Skinwalker Ranch, let's delve into some of the most bizarre and chilling events that have been reported here. These incidents are not just random tales, guys. They are part of a complex web of unexplained phenomena that have made the ranch a nexus of paranormal research. Let's start with the vanishing cattle, an incident that turned the Sherman's family's life into a living puzzle. Cattle ranching is tough enough without unexplained phenomena, but at Skinwalker Ranch, the Shermans faced something beyond the ordinary. Their cattle didn't just wander off. They seemed to vanish into thin air. Picture this: a healthy, full-grown cow, gone without a trace. No signs of struggle, no tracks, just an eerie silence and a lingering sense of disbelief. It gets stranger. Some of these cattle were found later, but not in a way you'd expect. They were discovered mutilated, with surgical precision, devoid of blood, and with no signs of predators or human intervention. These mutilations baffled veterinarians and law enforcement alike, leaving a trail of questions about what kind of force could be responsible for such bizarre and disturbing acts. Next, let's talk about the giant wolf. Yeah, an encounter that is as mystifying as it is terrifying. The Shermans reported seeing a wolf on their property, but not just any wolf. This creature was enormous, about 3 times the size of a normal wolf with piercing, intelligent eyes. It appeared one day, seemingly out of nowhere, and attacked a calf right in front of the family. The Shermans did what any of us might do. They tried to protect their livestock. They shot the wolf multiple times at point-blank range. But here's where it gets otherworldly. The wolf didn't react as expected. It didn't bleed, nor did it seem injured. It simply looked at them, almost with an air of curiosity, then casually walked away, eventually disappearing as mysteriously as it had appeared. This incident left the Shermans shaken. blurring the lines between the natural world and the realm of the inexplicable. And then there are the glowing orbs. These aren't your typical lights in the skies. Witnesses at Skinwalker Ranch describe these orbs as intelligent, almost conscious. They're not just seen, they're experienced. These orbs have been reported to emit dazzling colors, move in patterns that defy physics, and even interact with their environment. There are accounts of these orbs causing electronic disturbances, disabling vehicles, and even affecting the mental states of those who encounter them. Some describe a feeling of intense fear, while others report a sense of time distortion. The presence of these orbs often precedes other unexplained phenomena, making them a harbinger of high strangeness at the ranch. What's more intriguing is that these orbs have been captured on camera, giving a tangible form to these ethereal entities. Yet, their origin and purpose remain a mystery, fueling endless speculation among believers and skeptics alike. These incidents, the vanishing cattle, the giant wolf, and the glowing orbs, are just the tip of the iceberg in the saga of Skinwalker Ranch. Each story intertwines with the next, creating a tapestry of the paranormal that challenges our understanding of reality. As we peel back the layers of these strange occurrences, we are left to wonder, are these isolated events, or are they part of a larger, more complex phenomenon? As we delve further into the enigmatic world of Skinwalker Ranch, let's turn our attention to those who have actually witnessed its mysteries firsthand. These eyewitness accounts provide a human perspective to the strange phenomena, making the unexplainable a bit more relatable, yet no less mysterious. Our first account comes from a former security officer who worked at the ranch. This isn't your everyday security job. Imagine being tasked with guarding one of the most paranormally active hotspots in the world. One night, under a clear starry sky, this officer witnessed something that would challenge the very foundation of his beliefs. He reported seeing an unidentified flying object, but not the kind we're used to hearing about in UFO lore. This craft was colossal, about the size of a football field. It hovered silently just above the ground, radiating an eerie light that seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. Then, as suddenly as it appeared, it vanished into the night, leaving no trace behind. This sighting wasn't just a fleeting glimpse. It was a prolonged encounter that allowed for detailed observation, making it one of the most compelling UFO sightings in the ranch's history. Next, let's hear about the experience of a scientist who came to the Skinwalker Ranch with a skeptical mind. These are my favorite. This individual was part of a team conducting research, armed with scientific rigor and a healthy dose of skepticism. However, what he encountered defied his logical explanations. During his stay, he experienced what he described as an invisible presence. It wasn't something he saw, but something he felt. A force that seemed to interact with him physically. He reported feeling a sudden, overwhelming sense of fear and confusion, as if his very consciousness was being tampered with. This encounter left him with more questions than answers, challenging his scientific worldview and opening his mind to the possibility of unexplained phenomena. Our final account for tonight comes from a visitor who described experiencing something truly out of this world. This individual reported witnessing what can only be described as a portal-like phenomenon on the ranch. They described seeing a bright, shimmering light that appeared to open like a doorway. According to their account, it wasn't just light. It was a gateway, and what they saw next was the stuff of science fiction. They claimed to have seen a large, unidentified creature step out of this light, a being that defied description. The creature soon disappeared, and the light closed, as if nothing had happened. This encounter, with its implications of interdimensional travel or unknown entities, adds a profound layer to the mysteries of Skinwalker Ranch. These accounts, my friends, are just a small sampling of the myriad experiences reported at Skinwalker Ranch. From security officers to scientists, from skeptics to believers, the ranch continues to challenge our understanding of reality. Each story, each encounter, adds a piece to the puzzle. Yet the overall picture remains elusive, a collage of the inexplicable and the uncharted. As we move forward, let's ponder the implications of these encounters and what they mean for our understanding of the world around us. Tonight's journey has brought us to the crossroads of the unexplained and the empirical at Skinwalker Ranch. As we've delved into the myriad of perplexing events and eyewitness accounts, it's essential to also explore the realms of science and skepticism that attempt to shed light on these mysteries. First, let's dive into the scientific endeavors that have taken place at Skinwalker Ranch. The ranch has not just been a playground for tales of the paranormal, but also a laboratory for scientific inquiry. The National Institute for Discovery Science, a private research organization, previously owned the ranch. Their goal was to study and analyze the phenomena occurring there using scientific methods. Teams of researchers equipped with the latest technology conducted extensive surveillance and field studies. They monitored everything from electromagnetic fields to radiation levels, trying to capture measurable data that could explain the anomalies. Despite their efforts, the results were often as enigmatic as the phenomena themselves. In some instances, equipment malfunctioned in inexplicable ways. High-tech cameras would suddenly turn off, batteries drained without reason, and recording devices captured sounds and voices that shouldn't have been there. These technical anomalies only deepened the mystery, suggesting that whatever is happening at Skinwalker Ranch might be interacting with or even manipulating the environment in unforeseen ways. But it's not just the equipment that's been affected. Scientists and researchers themselves have reported experiencing psychological and physiological effects while on the ranch. Some have spoken of sudden, unexplained feelings of fear, paranoia, or confusion, akin to the effects reported by the Sherman family and other visitors. These accounts pose a challenging question. Are these effects purely psychological? A result of the power of suggestion and the human brain's propensity for pattern recognition? Or is there something more tangible at play here? On the flip side, let's consider the skeptic's perspective. Skepticism is vital in any scientific endeavor, providing a necessary counterbalance to anecdotal evidence and subjective experiences. Critics argue that many of the phenomena reported at Skinwalker Ranch can be explained through natural or man-made causes. For instance, the sightings of strange lights in the sky could be attributed to aircraft or atmospheric conditions, while the mysterious cattle mutilations could be the work of predators or even human interference. Moreover, skeptics point out the influence of psychological factors, such as the power of suggestion, confirmation bias, and the tendency of the human mind to perceive patterns and randomness. They suggest that the lore surrounding Skinwalker Ranch might amplify these psychological effects, leading people to interpret ordinary events as paranormal. Yet, despite these skeptical viewpoints, the mysteries of Skinwalker Ranch remain unsolved. The combinations of anecdotal accounts, scientific data, and the lack of conclusive explanations leaves the door open to endless possibilities. Is Skinwalker Ranch a window into otherworldly phenomena, a focal point for unknown natural anomalies, or a testament to the power of human belief and perception? As we ponder these questions, let's explore the enduring mystery of Skinwalker Ranch and what it represents in our quest to understand the unknown. As we draw near to the conclusion of tonight's intriguing journey on Beyond the Dark, let's reflect on the enduring mystery of Skinwalker Ranch. This place, a mosaic of the unexplained and the inexplicable, continues to captivate our imagination and challenge our understanding of the world. Skinwalker Ranch, with its plethora of unsolved mysteries, stands as a symbol of the human quest for knowledge in the face of the unknown. It's a physical representation of the fine line between reality and the realms that lie just beyond our understanding. The ranch is not just a location, it's a phenomenon within itself, a focal point where various threads of the unexplained converge. UFO sightings, cryptid encounters, paranormal activity, and more. But what makes Skinwalker Ranch particularly fascinating is its ability to elude concrete explanation. Despite decades of scrutiny by researchers, scientists, and enthusiasts, the ranch refuses to yield its secrets easily. Each investigation, each foray into its depths, seems to raise more questions than answers. It's as if the ranch itself is aware, guarding its mysteries against those who seek to unravel them. Let's consider the broader implications of what Skinwalker Ranch represents. In a world where science and technology advance at an astonishing rate, places like Skinwalker Ranch remind us of the mysteries that still exist. They challenge our perceptions of reality, pushing the boundaries of what we consider possible. For every phenomenon that finds a rational explanation, there are others that remain stubbornly unexplained, inviting us to keep questioning, keep exploring. In this sense, Skinwalker Ranch serves as a beacon to both believers in the paranormal and staunch skeptics. For believers, it's a tangible reminder that the universe holds more secrets than we can fathom. It reinforces the notion that not everything can be neatly categorized or understood through current scientific knowledge. For skeptics, the ranch provides a puzzle, a challenge to deconstruct and understand through logic and evidence. It's a test bed for critical thinking and scientific inquiry, an opportunity to separate fact from fiction. But beyond its scientific and paranormal significance, Skinwalker Ranch touches something fundamental in the human psyche: our innate fascination with the unknown. It's a place that embodies our deepest fears and our greatest curiosities. It appeals to the part of us that looks up at the stars and wonders, that listens to the wind and hears stories. In a world often dominated by routine and known quantities, the ranch reminds us of the mystery and wonder that still exist in the shadows and margins. As we conclude tonight's episode, let's embrace the mystery of Skinwalker Ranch and places like it. Let them be reminders that the journey of discovery is far from over, that there are still uncharted territories and unsolved mysteries waiting for us. The ranch challenges us to keep our minds open, our curiosity alive, and our sense of wonder kindled. Thank you, dear listeners, for joining me on this exploration of the Skinwalker Ranch. This is Jay Rockwell, your guide through the unexplained and the mysterious, signing off on another episode of Beyond the Dark. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, a like, subscribe, stay tuned, turn those notifications on. We will be back next week with a new topic. Remember, I am taking all of your stories, experiences, encounters to Beyond the Dark Radio at Outlook.com. I am also taking on all ghost stories that you may have for our next Phantom Frequency special. Stay tuned for that announcement. Beyond the Dark Radio at Outlook.com. Send those stories. And remember to join the Discord and be a part of the community if you want. I appreciate everyone's time. I hope this new format is embraced. No rehearsal, no editing. It's raw, it's uncut. It's Beyond the Dark with Jay Rockwell. We'll check you guys out next week. Take care.